big beard, always wears a beanie. He shares a creature that is CR. He always talks like.
Hi, my name's Sharon Lockhart and I am the owner of Geek Retreat Ipswich. So as owner, I try to take a bit of a backseat to things. I don't want to be the central person. I think the team are the important ones in the shop, not myself. But I tend to be an idea person, and then I ask everybody if they could make my ideas come to life. But we work as a team, so it's kind of everybody together. What they needed though was lights in them.
Now that would be really cool.
Because then it would be like flashing. They're lightsabers.
I'd love to modify one, but it'll knock the balance off.
Yeah, those little lights that I just got. I wonder if you could put lights in the arena and then you could do it in the dark.
Well, I mean, the video I sent in the chat yesterday, just chuck some alcohol in and watch them clash, and yeah, cool, happy days, watch them on fire.
So my favourite part about giving back to the community is kind of selfish in a way, because I get a lot of benefit from all the people that I meet and from seeing other people meet make new friends. A lot of people do with their games, they make new friends and they chat and meet people. But outside of that, we now meet each other, we message each other, we're there for support. And I see that in every community. So it doesn't matter what people's interests or hobbies are, they make this huge group of friends. And I see them calling each other aunt and uncle, and I get called Nana G because we're just part of this big family that is Geek Retreat. I also see something that gives me a lot of joy is seeing people with different interests. So we'll have different groups in doing different things, but they still interact with each other as well. So everybody's really welcoming and supportive and protective of this weird little place that we've made. It's like a magical land that when you walk through the door, you become part of the family. So all these things up here are little things that we've gathered over our 3 years being in the shop, including this sign that somebody made for us with all of our staff on it for our 3rd birthday. But we've kept everything that's been part of our story. So, for example, some people will remember when a brick was thrown through our window and we had some stuff stolen out of it, but it was actually ended up being a really nice story because the person turned themselves in and then started volunteering for us, and we saw them last week and they gave us a big hug and said thank you for all we've done to change their life. So the brick's up there, that was the actual brick. We've got from when we had our cosplay days, we've got signed things from Star Wars actors, and then this was a group came in and we had Thor's hammer and they were playing with it and they thought it would be really funny to pretend to attack their friend, and the end of the hammer went smash the window upstairs, which was quite interesting because we had to stand in the middle of the road stopping all the cars going by because there's glass all over the road. But they're just all little parts of our story, so we like to see them and it reminds us of everything we've done over the past 3 years. This used to just be an ordinary room in the building, And we wanted to create a space that was kind of magical for D&D, because you're in that fantasy land, so just sitting in a regular building isn't quite as fun. And we wanted to give it that tavern feel, like you're in an old pub, because this building used to be called the Coach and Horses and was a pub and has been for over 300 years. So to me, that continuity of people coming together, enjoying each other's company has been happening for a long time in this building. So we've put a little bit of Ipswich's history in it. We have things like behind me, there's a Coach and Horses hook, and we've put paintings of Ipswich long, long ago. And we have a flagon, which is where the alcohol used to be, and it's from the Ipswich breweries. So we're trying to give back a little bit of that history of Ipswich. D&D is very creative because you're building stories, you're using your imagination, you get to be somebody else, and you don't have to be yourself, which if you're socially anxious or you're not very confident, when you take on that role of a character, you're not you, so it's a bit easier to go down that imaginary road and talk to other people, and you will see people really come out of their shell when they're playing D&D, which you can then carry on into your real life and build those skills to interact and be confident, because you kind of in your mind put on that character hat even when you're out there in the public.
Can I roll for perception?
What for?
I'd like to look at the wall.
Sure. All right. You approach the walls. There's nothing unusual about it for its age. You get the sense that there's a pressure on the wall.
Let's smash the walls in.
Why? You know what? Sure, roll for it.
Nat 20, sweet.
My name is Gary Scarborough and my role at Geek Treat is the manager. My job involves the managing and organisation of three things: the cafe, the stock and the events that we run. There are plenty of cheap Pokemon cards here. Obviously, we sell packs from the new sets, but we also sell 10p singles that are mostly commons from previous sets, which has value, especially to younger players who just want to find their favourite Pokemon. All they need to do is give us 10p and they get to have it. We do many Pokemon card events at Geek Treat. Weekly, we have our Pokemon tournaments from 6 p.m. on Wednesday nights, who are for all types of players. You just need to know how to play. But we also do a Pokemon Kids Club on Saturday. Customers who purchase Pokemon cards at Geek Treat can either choose to collect them and put them in a binder, or use the cards in a deck to take part in a tournament, whether that's a casual tournament or a competitive tournament at Geek Treat.
Buddy. I mean, it's a lovely matchup to just, you know, and played in ages, and then up against.
I watched Zapdos play this.
Yeah.
Played against him.
Right.
Come on.
You haven't found a single energy, you've only found 2 energies the whole game. You must find a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The weird thing after all of this, you could just do like no damage.
4 damage to it. 1 energy, let's go!
How can you really... Yes. Yes. I'm also going to shoot... Okay,
sitting around after work.
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I don't know it.
Because I was one of the people that
Oh, Chris. Alright, no worries.
I'm a VG man. I'm not a card man.
I actually need to add Benjamin in. So that's perfect because I would have had a buy.
I was like, no, I want to do this and have this and do that. And he was like, I don't even need to teach her anymore. And that was like my second game, and I was like, one great thing about tall, curly hair, black brown, curly hair.
Oh, I'd love to know. Show me pictures sometime. Yes. You must know.
Geek Treat is for everyone, actually. It is predominantly for geeky people, so people with interests in the mainstream games, but also we tailor to a lot of family events. We're also a safe space for anyone who just needs to find somewhere to sit and stay for a little while. And we also tailor to groups of older people as well, so that they can be social.